Transport. Labour will build a sustainable, affordable, accessible and integrated transport system, founded on the principle that transport is an essential public service. Cutting emissions will drive our transport policies. We will review public expenditure on transport to ensure that it promotes environmental sustainability and contributes to decarbonisation. Bus services have been devastated by the Conservatives, despite carrying more people than any other mode of public transport. Women are especially dependent on buses, which also provide a lifeline for both older and younger people, and for many economically disadvantaged groups. Labour will ensure that councils can improve bus services by regulating and taking public ownership of bus networks, and we will give them resources and full legal powers to achieve this cost effectively, thereby ending the race to the bottom in working conditions for bus workers. Where councils take control of their buses, Labour will introduce free bus travel for under 25s. We will increase and expand local services, reinstating the 3,000 routes that have been cut, particularly hitting rural communities. Labour will deliver improvements for rail passengers by bringing our railways back into public ownership, using options including franchise expiry. This will enable us to make fares simpler and more affordable, rebuild the fragmented railways as a nationally integrated public service, cut the wastage of private profit, improve accessibility for disabled people, ensure safe staffing levels and end driver-only operation. Our publicly owned rail company will steer network planning and investments. It will coordinate mainline upgrades, re-signalling, rolling stock replacement, and major projects. We will implement a full rolling program of electrification. Our model will ensure continuity of skills, jobs, and supply chain capacity to reduce costs, improve productivity, and support the economic benefits of Labour's green industrial revolution. We will introduce a long-term investment plan, including delivering Crossrail for the North as part of improved connectivity across the northern regions. We will consult with local communities to reopen branch lines. We will also unlock capacity and extend high-speed rail networks nationwide by completing the full HS2 route to Scotland, taking full account of the environmental impacts of different route options. We will deliver rail electrification and expansion across the whole country, including in Wales. We will ensure that these major infrastructure projects are a model of good employment practice and pay due regard to the environmental impact. We will promote the use of rail freight in order to reduce carbon emissions, air pollutants and congestion on the roads, and expand the provision of publicly owned rail freight services. We will increase the funding available for cycling and walking. We will bring together transport and land use planning to create towns and cities in which walking and cycling are the best choice. Safe, accessible, healthy, efficient, economical and pollution-free. We will help children's health and well-being by ensuring street designs provide freedom for physically active outdoor play, and by introducing measures to ensure the zones around our schools are safer with cleaner air. Our transport programme is focused on creating better, publicly accessible local transport systems. By improving public transport, Labour will help people to become less reliant on their cars, for our better health, for a cleaner environment, and to improve quality of life in our towns and cities. The Conservatives have committed to ending new sales of combustion engine vehicles by 2040. Labour will aim for 2030. We will position the UK at the forefront of the development and manufacture of ultra-low emission vehicles, and we will support their sale. We will invest in electric vehicle charging infrastructure and in electric community car clubs. We will accelerate the transition of our public sector car fleets and our public buses to zero emissions vehicles. We will reform taxi and private hire services, including a review of licensing authority jurisdictions, setting national minimum standards of safety and accessibility, and updating regulations to keep pace with technological change, and to close loopholes to ensure a level playing field. We will adopt an ambitious Vision Zero approach to UK road safety, striving for zero deaths and serious injuries. Labour will invest to make our neglected local roads, pavements and cycleways safer for the everyday journeys of both drivers and vulnerable road users. We will review all tolled crossings. Labour recognises the Davies Commission's assessment of pressures on airport capacity in the South East. Any expansion of airports must pass our tests on air quality, noise pollution, climate change obligations and country-wide benefits. We will examine fiscal and regulatory options to ensure a response to the climate crisis in a way that is fair to consumers and protects the economy. We will take action to end nationality-based discrimination in seafarer pay.